Thought Bubble Audio.
Look, up in the sky!
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to Beer with Geeks with Tim and Frank.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I am Iron Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A couple of guys with a couple of beers and a whole lot of pop culture nostalgia.
Make it so, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
I named the dog Indiana.
Life finds a way.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now sit back and crack open a cold one, because it's time for Beer with Geeks.
It comes in pints?
Shaken, not stirred.
Great Scott!
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Hi, and welcome to Beer with Geeks, where two geeks geek out with beer. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, is my man who loves to ask questions like the Riddler. Frank, how are you today?
Who is doing well, but also has no hair? It's me. Hi, I'm doing well.
Hi. Oh, that's good. Very good. I thought you were going to go for like one of the Batman 66
Yeah,
riddles.
I couldn't get there fast enough.
People who are always rushing. Frank. No,
Russians.
No. Frank, we're joined by someone today. It's not just you and me, but our dear friend Andrew. Andrew, how are you today?
Hello, I'm doing very well. It's great to be back.
Hey, welcome back, buddy.
Andrew is the co-host of the much awaited Tolkien TV Dog.
Come on, Amazon, get on that.
The show isn't coming till 2021. There's no, maybe 2022 with them filming seasons 1 and 2 back to back now. So we got some time, so everyone can hush and settle. But yeah. Also, I need to finish grad school before I take on another podcast.
That's fair. Fair. They're actually kind of doing you a favor with that.
Thank you.
Yep, it's fine. Although I've got great news. I'm applying to grad school, so hooray.
Oh no, we're never gonna do this. We're never ever going to do that show. It's not happening.
Tim, you've known me for years. You know very well that I will not let school get in the way of some distracting activity.
That's true, and I've known you for years as well, obviously, and that means I will not let you get in the way of school's important. Anyway,
all right. Well, I'll submit all my assignments to you, so you'll know that they're done first.
Perfect. Thank you. Just what I want. More grading. Good. Frank, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm drinking something new for me. My wife picked this out, and actually I'm loving it. And I'm not just saying that. It's actually great. It is a New Planet Tread Lightly Session Ale. I am not familiar with New Planet. It is brewed out of Denver, Colorado. And this is pretty great. This is actually really great. Yeah, I'm loving it.
What kind of beer is it again?
It's a session ale.
Ooh,
so it's
nice.
And it's crafted to remove gluten. Oops, this might have been one of hers. Maybe I wasn't supposed to drink this. Oops. Well, it's open now, so I'm drinking it. My bad. Sorry. Well, it's delicious.
That's good.
She can take consolation in that.
The embarrassment is ripe.
It's fantastic.
Well,
It's actually very good, and I didn't even know it was a gluten-free beer until I got further down and looked at the label. But they're out of Denver, Colorado. It is a golden in color, anyway, ale. It's a session ale, and session usually means very low alcohol content, meaning you can it's sessionable, it's drinkable, you can drink a lot of it in one sitting. But it's 4.9%, which is kind of on the high end for a session. So it's this is great. I like this. It's very balanced. It's not too hoppy. It's not too malty. It's actually very mild and level-headed. Level. It's good. I like it a lot. So,
that's excellent.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
I actually, by pure happenstance, am also drinking a gluten-free beer. But I knew mine was gluten-free when I picked it up. It is a new Belgium Glutiny. It is a pale ale crafted to remove gluten. It's very good. It's a 6.0 6% alcohol content, and the side of the bottle says, "It's a mutiny on gluten that's that's demanding we brew up something hop lovers can rally behind without flavor being held prisoner. Join the glutiny."
Nice. I didn't know New Belgium had a gluten-free option. That's awesome.
It is definitely new, and it is definitely delicious.
Huh. I'm gonna try that. I love that.
This is actually one of the best gluten-free beers I've ever had.
Nice.
It tastes like beer, not like, oh, it's good. It's like it's close.
Close.
You know, it's close.
Yeah, that's how this tastes too. I didn't know this was gluten free until I took the side of the bottle. So that's awesome. That's
good.
Great. Gluten free beer is having a moment, and I'm all in favor of it.
Me too. It's definitely I would call it very light for a pale ale.
Yep.
But for me, this is what I want.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's true. You like something that's a little bit on the lighter side so that you don't feel like garbage after you drink it.
Yeah, it's more the hops, cuz I like dark beers. I love stouts and brown ales and stuff, but if it gets too dry, I become disinterested. Unlike my jokes. So and anyway, Andrew, what are you drinking?
I'm also gluten-free this evening, but I also knew that because I am going off-brand. I'm drinking Oolong Tea tonight.
Oolong.
Well, it's off-brand for you guys. It's very on-brand for me, so...
Yes, we've known you a long time. It's completely on-brand.
Very on-brand for you. We've had tea on this show before. There have been times where we're like, you know what? I'm just having a cup of tea.
Yep.
It's true. We have.
So
we have this the episode whatever's.
Yeah. Not entirely off-brand, but that's great.
No,
so we thought we would break out a well-loved game on this show, Thinking and Drinking, and do some thinking with our drinking, and just have a fun, rousing conversation. This was a game that Tim and I discovered at a brewery 2 years ago now, I guess. They had it out at the tables of the brewery, and we thought it was so much fun. We bought a couple sets, and didn't mean to bring that. And now we play it on the show from time to time. So, Tim, I see you have some out already. So, do you want to do the honors of throwing the first question out there, and we'll let our guest of honor start us off with.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I'm going in the right order because I think we started with this one. What household chore do you hate the most? I'm pretty sure we've done that question before. I just want to make sure that because the one underneath that was, who do you think is funny? And I'm fairly certain that you answered your wife because I also answered your wife.
That sounds right.
I wasn't in that episode, but I would also say Frank's wife.
She's hilarious. Very
for the
good.
record.
My wife is also hilarious.
This is true,
actually. So very different kind of funny, but also funny. So anyway, here's my first question. It's kind of well, sad, I guess. You'll see. What would you want served as your last meal?
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I'm going to have to go with a Gordon Ramsay style beef Wellington.
Ooh,
wow!
Go classy right away.
No kidding, classy. Wow,
that is classy.
The man knows what he's doing with beef Wellington. So it's.
I'm getting a similar vein. I'm gonna say a nice, thick, juicy T-bone steak. Mashed potatoes, all the fixins. Give me some kind of a green bean on the side, or a hearty vegetable, hearty mashed potato, and a nice rare T-bone steak.
Wow. Okay, I'm going in a different direction than both of you, Frank. I think you can actually guess what part of mine is because you know me that well. We've talked about this before.
Cup of chowder.
Cup of chowder. Yeah.
Just to start things off.
Yep, cup of chowder. Got to start it off. Appetizer. And I would think I'd actually go for macaroni and cheese of some kind.
Good one.
You know, just the cheese. You know, if you say last one, just also give me a loaf of bread while you're at it. Just give me a loaf of bread and some macaroni and cheese and some, just give me all the carbs and the dairy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore. Just
doesn't
go.
matter anymore. It's going to be expelled some way or the other, so whatever. That's
No,
good. Frank,
wait. Can I change my answer? Can I change my answer?
No, you already said it, Frank. No,
My answer
I'm
is
just
going to be
kidding.
I'm going to eat a bunch of unpopped popcorn kernels, and then when they cremate me,
Surprise.
Oh my God, he's exploding. Oh wait, nope, he's just delicious.
he's just delicious. Man,
That's like the really, really gross version of haggis. It's like popcorn human haggis.
Wow.
Wow.
You started it.
I did, but wow.
I blame you.
It's my fault. I'll take the blame.
I would like to point out that three of us are wearing a similar colored shirt. We're all wearing a slight pinkish reddish hue, all three of us, but all different styles. Fun fact. We also
That's
have
how we.
olive
That's what we
beards.
are. We're just three different styles of white man, so it makes sense that we'd be wearing three different styles of pink shirt.
Yeah, three different fellas with three different styles. Anyway, Frank, ask your question. Ask the question. Andrew, feel free to come up with your own question in your own brain. When we get to it.
Look, I'm surprised I had an answer to that one immediately. I'm not good at coming up with stuff off the top of my head, so
That was
see.
good. Well, that's the
Neither
fun.
is
That's the
Frank.
fun thing about this game is that it's just it's not really
It
a
is
game.
whatever comes up. No, it's
It's
whatever
just-
comes off the top of your head just to stimulate conversation.
Right.
Oh well, yeah,
it's-
no, that's fine. I just mean I coming up with something for a question might be
Sure.
not as easy.
What was your first legal beer?
Ooh, this one's sort of a trick question, because it was actually Tim. You were there.
I was there.
You saw it happen.
I saw it happen. Don't tell me it didn't happen.
Nice
Hefeweizen.
callback from 11 years ago.
It was a
it
Hefeweizen, right?
It was Hogarten.
Hogarten. Yes. We were in Paris.
So we were together in Paris and on a school trip with a whole bunch of other people. And yeah, so it was legal there. I was not yet 21, but it was France, so that was fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was delicious. It's still
Nice.
among my favorites.
Nice. Do you remember what your first beer at 21 was? It's okay if you don't remember.
I actually don't. It might have been another Hogarten. Although, oh no, it yeah, I'm not sure. We all went out, and I don't remember what it was. Now.
That's fair. Tim, do you remember yours?
If we go off of Andrew's style,
Yeah.
you know, like legal in another country, my first one was a Guinness in Ireland.
Nice.
Good choice.
which is a really solid way to
Solid.
start. It's real solid.
That's
at
like an
21,
obnoxiously good choice.
I know. Wow. Everyone was. I remember. Everyone was. It was a school. It was a school. Another school trip. I went on a lot of these. Apparently, and at least two. And everyone. It was the first night, and everyone was ordering a Guinness because they wanted a picture with it because they were in Ireland, but nobody liked them, and I did. So they just kept giving. So I just got free Guinnesses the whole night. It was great.
Nice.
I remember. I think, and. That was really good, and 21. I want to say it was a Sam's Summer because my birthday's in the summer, and we went out to dinner, and I think I'm pretty sure that was my first one, but I am not 100% positive on that.
No matter how you slice it, all of your answers are better than mine. My first was a Budweiser, just the plain old king of beers. Bud Heavy at an Applebee's.
My first legal one in the States might have been like a Yingling or something, or like
Still better than Budweiser.
One of the Sam Adams. I don't, because we were. I want to say it was at the 99 or something. I don't remember. We all went out. I don't remember.
Mine was at a Not Your Average Joe's.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Now, a question, Frank, though. Was it a Bud Light or was it a Budweiser?
No, Budweiser. Bud Heavy.
All right. I find that acceptable. Not
It's
like
better.
It's better.
It's not
I
Guinness
pulled a
in
Colin
Ireland,
Frissell, and I just said, I'd like a Budweiser, please. Because I thought that's what you did,
King of
but
beers.
it wasn't what you did. I learned very quickly thereafter, but I was like, I don't know good beer yet. I'm only 21.
You know, but Bud is
now you look
also
at you.
a pretty solid way of starting in, like, because it's not too heavy, it's not too hoppy, it's just kind of beer, and so it's not.
Doesn't have a lot of flavor, doesn't have a lot of
entry.
body, doesn't have a lot of texture, doesn't have like anything going for it. It's just there. It's just
No, but it's generic enough that you can like kind of decide in that moment whether you like beer generally or not.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, that was mine.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
This is a good one. This is topical.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Which movie president would you actually vote for?
Ooh. Oh, movie president. I can think
movie
of a lot
president.
of TV presidents.
You cannot vote for any TV president.
Yeah.
You cannot vote for President Bartlett on The West Wing because we all know that's who would you vote for. So, what movie president would you vote for? I have one. Oh, I forgot to mention. Since we're doing thinking and drinking, I forgot to mention the beer that's on here. The Goodfellow. It just struck me. The Last Meal one had Goodfellows Brewing Company in Lakeville, Massachusetts. That's very close to me.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm not familiar.
They are very good. I should have gotten some last time we were here, but I'll get some. I'll give it to you. They're very good.
Right on.
All right. Well, anyway, what movie president would you? Do you want me to? I have an answer if you want me to go.
I have one, or at least the first one that comes to mind. I don't.
Okay. Go.
So I'm probably going to take at least one of yours with this, but the first one that comes to mind immediately, and I have one that came in second, very close, but the first one that came to mind was President Whitmore from Independence Day, Bill Pullman.
Damn you!
Oh,
You're welcome.
That was mine.
That was not on mine. Oh shoot, that was not mine. That's a good one.
What? I mean, he's a hero.
Absolutely.
And that speech, my God. But so after you guys go, I'll say my number 2.
Okay. My plan B is my plan B is from Deep Impact.
Nice.
Yeah, Deep Impact. What we got?
Deep Impact was Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. I also had 2, and I actually don't know exactly which one I'd go for right now in this moment. I think I'd go for President Shepard from The American President, Michael Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good one. It's like
Nice.
proto Bartlett. But my second one would be President Marshall, which is Harrison Ford from Air Force One.
Oh, good one. Good one.
Timothy?
Mm-hmm.
That was my number 2.
That's number 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
knew
almost-
that was on somebody's.
I almost said, because you didn't say fictional president, you said movie president, so I almost said All the President's Men just to mess with you. But
I thought you would be like Abraham Lincoln from the movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
No, we took this one seriously, Tim.
Yeah.
yes. But yes, Whitmore was my number 1. I didn't even think of Air Force One. That's a really good answer.
See, immediately in my head, you said movie presidents, and I'm like, all right, Whitmore, and then Harrison Ford. The name of his president, I can't remember. What was it?
I had to look it up. I used my one lookup. I didn't remember the name of his president either. But I watched Michael Douglas's President Shepard be the president, but I watched President Marshall just be cool on an airplane, and so that's why I ultimately went for Shepard, because I was like, I know what you'd actually be like as president. I don't actually know what Marshall would be like as president,
Right.
Because it was an action movie.
Right.
Yeah.
He'd be good with terrorism.
True.
Yes.
And getting people off his plane.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched that movie in so long.
Me neither.
Neither have I. I've been meaning to watch it for months now. But
I've been meaning to watch it for years, and then I just never. When I'm like, oh, I want to watch a movie, and that'll take me 4 days to watch because adulthood. I never think about Air Force
That's one of
One.
those movies that, like, if they do when did it come out? Early 90s, right? So like
late
something
90s.
like that, yeah.
Late 90s, really?
Late 90s, yeah.
So we're probably due for a 25th anniversary of it soon. So like if they do a Fathom event where they're showing it in theaters one night only, like I'd go see it on the big screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
They're doing that for Apollo 13 this year.
Oh, are they?
Really?
Yeah, and I really, really want. I think it's 25 years, and I really want to go see. Yeah, 95, right? So yeah, 25 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, and I bet that looks awesome on a big screen. So I really want to do that one. It's like there's only a couple nights you can see it. So
Sure.
check your local listings type of thing. But yeah.
I'm-
I'll put a link in the
I'm
show
going to
notes
see,
for people interested.
I'm going to see King Kong on the big screen on Sunday. Actually.
1933.
1933.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a Fathom event. Yeah, March 15th, which this episode is going to be out before then or
Yeah,
after then.
yeah,
I have to,
a few days before then.
Yeah, okay, great. Yay, it will be. So, anyway, so that's my good one. Frank, give me a question.
Yeah. Which could you go longer without, the internet or coffee?
That's a good question.
I don't drink coffee, so
I think I can go longer without coffee.
Same. Yeah, unanimous. I could definitely go. I mean, I do drink coffee, but I regularly go a few days without it, sort of like without thinking about it or like forgetting or just like I don't have time to make my coffee in the morning. I don't have time to get coffee. It's not like a priority thing. It's more of a ritual thing. It's nice when I can. I try to buy sort of, nice coffee and treat myself to it and enjoy it. I drink it while I watch the news in the morning, but if I can't that morning for whatever reason, timing gets away from me, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, sometimes I just don't feel like it.
It's not that I don't like it or anything. I just don't really need it when it's like around. So like if we're like I'll have it at a diner or if I'm at like a event with a breakfast or even a dessert, they have coffee, I'll have it at one of those things, but I don't need it to like get my day going or whatever. I'm one of a very small handful of teachers where that's the case, but
that's probably true. I wasn't in a big coffee drinking family. We were what we did was we would drink coffee with dessert, but my family, like everyone in my family, drinks decaf. Weirdly.
Ew.
Oh, my family too. Actually, yeah, it was not the coffee had to be made every day, every morning kind of thing. I think my dad used to get one on his way to work. I think that's where the divide came from, because I remember like somebody would get it, like, oh, maybe he'd stop and get a cup of coffee when we were going somewhere or something like that. But it was definitely more of a when we went out to breakfast, or it was like Thanksgiving, dessert, I'll make some coffee.
Yeah.
My sister is a coffee fiend now in adulthood. She just she drinks like I don't know how many cups a day, and she's like got all her rewards points from Starbucks and Dunkin', and like she's just like coffee crazy. She like loves coffee, but growing up we weren't really much of a coffee household, so I don't really know where that came from. I guess at some point in college she was like, "This stuff keeps me awake. This is great."
It could just be the culture where we're much more of a coffee culture now in the past, I'd say,
That's
25, 30 years than we used to be.
Thanks, friends.
Yeah, really, truly, actually.
My brother Frank has the same sort of deal. He came back from well, I mean, my dad drinks coffee and always has, like every day, but he likes like crazy dark roast, like really intense coffee. So that put most of us off of it for a while. But then my brother's like really taken to it the last couple of years, to the point where before he moved out, while he was still at home after college, he had a separate coffee grinder from my dad.
Ah, I see.
So that it wouldn't get contaminated with whatever my dad was doing was wrong.
Yep.
So my brother had his own thing. I think he might have had his own coffee machine at school, and then brought that home. So there were two coffee makers, one for my dad and his whatever coffee, and then one for my brother to be snobby about. And then so now he's moved out, so he just took all that with him. But
sure. But I see. Yeah. So the coffee has gone next level now.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we definitely, internet is the thing that we all can't live without. Coffee we can live without.
I hesitate to say can't live without, but it would be difficult for a while. Yeah.
It'd be hard.
I mean,
for me, for sure.
I've done it for like a week before, but I don't. After that, it's like, all right, but I need to know what's going on.
Yeah. All right, fair.
All right. This one's not a question, but I get to give a toast to the other players. which I think is great because we actually have drinks. So, to Frank and Andrew, you were friends before me, but I am happy that you invited me and let me into your friendship, and that we have remained that way for over a decade.
Aw,
So,
love that.
Aw.
Cheers, buddies.
Cheers with my tea.
Yes.
Yay.
Cheers.
All right, I think that card was just for me. Like, I'm the only one that's supposed to give a toast.
Okay, all right.
And so we're back to Frank with a question.
I've got one. This one you might need to think on. I don't know. If you do, I have an answer ready to go. So you let me know if you don't have one. What's your secret shame song? It's like a guilty pleasure song.
I come from a land down under.
Really? That's not
No,
shameful.
No. I don't know, actually. I don't know if I have one.
I've got one.
Like I like this, and like I don't care that other people like.
Yeah, like something that like that you secretly like. It's a guilty pleasure. Like, I know this isn't like, I'd be embarrassed if people knew I was listening to this, but I'm listening to it and I enjoy it.
I don't feel that way about any of the music that I listen to. Like, if people listen, oh well, sorry. I guess my film soundtracks, I guess. But
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that describes my entire music collection because it's all just, it's such a random hodgepodge of music.
Yeah.
Which is not helped by the fact that I'm a music teacher. So I'll frequently find like weird things that illustrate a point, but aren't necessarily normal to listen to in other circumstances. But I don't know. I've got like I can, for the purposes of answering this question, I have one. There's this like Japanese heavy metal group that sings completely ridiculous songs, one of which is about rice. Like, it's like actually just the subject material is always like just ridiculous. One is about not wanting to get out of bed in the morning, but it's these like, if you didn't know what the meaning was, it just sounds like a, rock song, but like veering towards metal. But it's like ridiculous. So I don't know how many people I would share that music with.
Fair.
But it's something
now
that
you've
I
just shared it with our entire listener base. So
I mean in terms of playing it for them, because it's in Japanese, so that limits the amount of people who would care.
Sure.
At least in my friend group. You guys, I could probably get to listen to it, and with the music videos, you might enjoy some of it, but you'd like to get not wanting to get out of bed one. I can promise you that. I know you well enough that you would find that amusing.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. All right, Frank, what is your song?
So of late, I have been on a bit of a Taylor Swift kick.
Oh yeah, no, that is embarrassing for you.
Yeah. For Valentine's Day, my wife and I went to a brewery, Night Shift Brewery in Everett, Massachusetts. Fantastic brewery. They make fantastic beer. We've talked about their beers here many times. And we've gone to the brewery several times, but we went on Valentine's Day that evening just to hang out and have a good time because my wife's cool. But also because they were having a Taylor Swift cover band playing that night. And so to prepare for that, I was like, oh, I should listen to like some old Taylor Swift music and like get like reacquainted with like her old hits. I mean, not she's obviously still a current artist, but they were playing stuff spanning her entire career. So I was like, oh, I should like listen to a Spotify playlist of all her, her old stuff too. And I remembered this song, Love Story by Taylor Swift.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And that song has been earworming me for almost a month now. So that's my current secret shame song. Is that I really really enjoy that song more than I'm really comfortable admitting. But here I just admitted it in front of all of our listening audience. So there you go.
Okay. Well,
I've got.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, I've got plenty of songs that would probably be shame songs for other people, but I don't care.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I just don't care. Yeah, so that's good. All right, my question. This is personal. What do you wear to bed?
Oh.
That is personal.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I wear like
nobody's
a t-shirt and sweats. I mean, I'm wearing it now.
No, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
I've got lots of t-shirts like free t-shirts I've gotten from like events and stuff. Those are usually sleep shirts.
Yeah.
That and like I've got a couple of like a few pairs of sweatpants that are like my favorites that are like the most comfy and like I like the, I like pants that have pockets. A lot of pajama pants like don't have pockets and that bothers me. So I like when they do have pockets. But that and like whatever t-shirt. I mean, like this is not a free shirt, the one I'm wearing right now, but it's comfortable enough that I'll wear it to sleep. So
that's good.
That's
my
me.
answer is boxers. So no, I get really hot at night. So no sweatpants for me because there will be sweats, and then I will have to lose the pants.
Right.
So, very good, Frank. Let's do your last question, and then I'll come back with one last question because it amuses me, and I think I know your answer. So I want to go
okay.
through it.
Okay. Who in the group could get someone to buy them a drink?
Oh, I think we could all buy each other drinks.
No, not like who. If we were all the three of us were at a bar, which one of us could get someone else at that bar? Yeah, right. Who else? Who of the three of us could get someone else at the bar to buy them a drink? I'm going to say it's Tim. I think Tim could charm someone into buying him a drink by just being his interesting self. No offense, Andrew. I'm not discounting you, but I just think Tim is
absolutely none taken because I don't think that could. Yeah, no, Tim.
Tim. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say I've seen it happen, but I've seen like where it could have happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna keep your answer. I'm gonna say yes because it has happened.
There you go.
Yeah, I saw it happen. Yeah.
Don't tell me it didn't happen.
Exactly. Well, there it is.
For the second time.
That's good. And then last question: what was your favorite childhood toy? Now, I think I know Frank's answer because my instinct is to go. My instinct for Frank is to go with the Titanic that transformed into a transformer.
Yeah, that definitely is the first thing that came to my mind. I'm mulling it over Yeah, I mean it's a solid one. I'm mulling it over just to consider if there were any other options, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. So I am leaning towards that. Yeah. It wasn't necessarily my favorite for the longest period of time, or the thing that I loved more than any other toy. This is how I get into the place where I'm like, I can't pick a favorite because there's just too many dimensions to.
Well, and then childhood is a huge span of time, so it's.
Gut, I would go with that answer.
Yeah, I think for me, it could be a couple of things, but I'm probably going to go with actually one of the simpler ones. I had these two models, or whatever, of one of the Millennium Falcon and one of an X-wing. Not huge or anything, but they had little tiny minifigures for each of them, so you could put like a little tiny Luke Skywalker in the X-wing, and they had really, really, really tiny like Han Solo for the Millennium Falcon, and like the back of the Millennium Falcon like flipped open, so you could like see inside the ship a little, and the front with the cockpit, the glass flipped open, or it was plastic, but it flipped open, so you could put them in the pilot seat, and it was cool.
Sounds cool.
And the wings on the X-wing, you can put them into the attack position, so I was like, all right, this is awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the Millennium Falcon had little like the landing gear extended, so you could land it. It was cool.
That's cool. I think that's tricky. I've had a bunch of different ones that I like really enjoyed. You go through phases as you get younger and older. Well, only just older, I guess. You don't
get younger. Typically.
You don't Benjamin Button yourself. I would say we had these big, I would like foot tall Ninja Turtles, and they were just big and blocky, and they were from the cartoon, and they were just super cool.
Nice.
And they got a lot of use.
Nice.
So much so that like they exist, but not in their not in a good form,
Right,
by any,
right.
yeah, because the belts were like faux leather. They weren't like on, and so they were real cloth and leather and whatever else, and so they broke years ago. So now they're naked Ninja Turtles, but I would say those were some of my favorites.
Nice
toys that you didn't want to get rid of. Like I still have them.
Right.
Yeah.
I had one other thing that really comes to mind for me was I had this one Christmas and birthday, and my birthday is 8 days after Christmas, so it's all come together. I had a Christmas and a birthday where I was in a big Lego phase when I was like 8 or 9 years old. And I had a big Lego Christmas, like where all I wanted for Christmas and my birthday were Legos. And I had a few and this is back before they did a lot of the licensed stuff, like 1998 or so. So they were still like doing a lot of originals and things. And so I remember it was like a race car type of deal, and then like a space shuttle type of deal. Were two of the ones that I loved, like loved a lot.
Those are solid.
Yeah,
Solid choices. I had a B-wing Lego that I loved.
Nice.
Because the cockpit twirled, so like when you moved it in 360, like the cockpit would always be. Yeah, it was.
That's
cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also, for a runner-up, I just remembered that this thing existed. It has to have been a Christmas, maybe like 2002. Or 2001, somewhere around there, because it was relevant at the time. It wasn't Lego. It was like this off-brand thing that it like was partially built, and like there were just like spots where you could add stuff. But it was a set of the Prancing Pony with a like figure of Gandalf and a couple of the other characters. So it was like right as the movies were coming out, so it was one of those years. So that was pretty cool, because the Gandalf there was like a button on his back, and it was Gandalf the White because the crystal on his staff lit up or whatever. So it was pretty cool.
Gandalf the White never went to the Prancing Pony. The toy is stupid.
It didn't come together. It was two separate things.
Oh, okay. I'm back on board. Okay, great.
Yeah. Please, honestly, do you think I would be praising it if they got it that wrong?
No, that's true.
We have a Tolkien podcast.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And on that note, you can find us on beerwithgeeks.com, Gmail, and Facebook. You can find all of the Thought Bubble Audio podcasts at thoughtbubbleaudio.com. And, of course, all other places that podcasts can be found. You can rate and review us on iTunes and check us out on, again, all the places that podcasts can be found. And head over to patreon.com/thoughtbubbleaudio to support all of our Thought Bubble Audio shows. Andrew, thanks for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Anytime.
You are welcome to come back anytime. Don't invite yourself back. Allow me to invite you back first. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I take back my toast.
Years in between invitations, then.
Yeah, I take back my toast. Yeah. This friendship is over.
Yeah, okay.
He's so assertive. Anyway, gentlemen, this was a lot of fun. Frank,
absolutely. As
always, it was a blast. I'm glad that you enjoyed stealing your wife's beer and that it was delicious.
Sorry, honey.
Very good. Well,
He's
then,
not that sorry. It was good.
It was really good.
It is. Well, until next time.
Cheers.